Hello, this is Becca from Willow Hill Designs. Welcome. Today I'm sharing my beginnings for the project that we're working on with Roxy's Journal of Stitchery, Volume 5, the month of May, and the project is to cover a box or to create a box and use some slow stitching on it. So the box that I am going to be using or covering is this box here. And it's kind of a small box. Let's see. The size of it is, it's about 5 3/4 by about 4 5/8, and it's 2 inches high. So it's a little tiny box. This was given to me by my daughter. I love this box. I think it's so pretty. But I didn't really want to do anything big after last month's project, which was very labor intensive. I wanted to do something small, so this box had a little handle on it, and so I just glued a couple of little pieces of muslin over those holes, so that'll be covered with fabric. And the box opens like this. And there's a little ribbon on here as a little handle, so I think I'll try to keep that. And the fabric that I have chosen to use for this box is this fabric here. And I'd like to make it one continuous piece of fabric all the way around. See what's catching back here. Oh, there's a little piece of tape. I'd like to make this one continuous strip going around the box. Because it's so small, it's only 2 inches. I really didn't want too many little patches on there, so I've just put a few things on here. Some little pieces of a doily and a little piece of muslin stamped that says blessed. Again, a few more little pieces of doily that'll fall in the corners. A piece of lace here. And what I have done on this was to measure the sides of my box, which I know are 2 inches, and I decided to add 1 inch to each side of that 2 inches. That way I will have enough to turn under for the inside and for the bottom of the box. And what I also did was I decided that I wanted this to break or to join in the back of the box. So I started with a piece here and went all the way around. And what I did was I marked the sides of the box on here. So this would be the front. And that way it gave me an idea of how much I would have to work, what kind of space I would have to work on, and what I would like to put on there. I didn't want anything necessarily to fall on the corners of the boxes. And this is a portion of the side. So this will fall just to the side of the corner. Same thing here. That would be the corner like that. So I just drew those lines with a friction pen. And that gave me an idea of where to stitch. So I'll be doing some slow stitching on this. And what I did also was to make some clips in this. And the clips are where the sides or the front of the box fall. So this will go on the box like this. And let me see, I'll turn it so it's right side up. One edge is folded under. So it will go like this. I just put some tape on here to help me hold it a little bit. And let me move that down. So this will wrap around, meeting in the middle of the back of the box. like this, and this will all be glued down. There's batting underneath these sides, so these sides will be a little bit padded, but the friction pen lines tell me where the corners of the box are, and that way my elements didn't fall right on the corner. They would be to either side of it. Same thing here. And the reason that I left this extra inch on top is so that when this is opened and I apply these sides or this strip, and this would apply if you're making a strip with, as I said, with all different little patches on there, or just one continuous strip. I wanted to make it easy for myself. But these sides, because I clipped them at the corner, just put a clip in there, they can be folded down and glued to the inside of the box, and that way the top edge of the box is all covered. There's nothing to deal with up there. There's nothing extra to have to add. And this little piece, I cut, again, another continuous strip to go on the inside of the box. And so as these edges are folded over, this piece, and again, I just measured 2 inches, and then I added the 2 times the width and 2 times the length of the box. And these will be glued, this whole strip will be glued around like this. And so these edges are all covered. Probably before I put that side strip on, I will put the side strip on first. And this is the little fabric that I've chosen for the bottom of the box. So I will just, I have a little piece of batting cut to that size. And this is the little, I wanted a little chickadee in there when you open the box. And so I will put the sides on first, the side strip first, and then I'll glue the bottom in. So these edges will all be taken care of. And so leaving the 1 inch on the other side of the box as well, it gives me all this room to fold over. And so what I just did was to make a little right angle fold here and here, and on this side as well. Just make a little finger press, a little right angle fold there, and then just put these sides in. And I'll just put a little tape here to hold this. So these strips will be glued down to the box. I'm not quite sure what glue, if I'll use Mod Podge or what. But this will all be glued down to the box, bottom of the box. And then I had already cut out a piece for the bottom that will go over the bottom like that. This one has the edges turned under. I was just thinking for durability, but I also have a piece with raw edges, so I could use that as well. I could put that on there, depending on if I use Mod Podge, I'm sure it will seal these edges. So that would take care of the bottom of the box, and this, the inside of the box. And so for this top inside, well, actually, I'll show you the top of the box first. I cut a few pieces of batting just to give a little bit of a puff and kind of dimension to the top of the box, so that'll go on there. And I'll do some running stitches through this. There's 3 layers of batting here, and then glue that to the box. And this is the cover. This is what I've been stitching on here as well. And I did the same thing here. I drew with a friction pen the size of the cover of the box. So that gave me an idea of where I would be stitching on this box. Let me just take this needle to the back so that it's not distracting here. So this way I knew where the centerpiece or where the design would be centered and how I would lay the design out on this. And because it's small, there's not a lot on here. So I just chose a little piece of piece of embroidered fabric. Looks like little cross stitches on here, maybe from a dresser scarf. Little piece of a doily and some lace, looks like crocheted lace. A piece of a napkin, a linen napkin, and I loved the edge on this. So I just put that on there and sewed a few little lace flowers on there. This is another piece of a doily here. And sewed a few buttons on. This is a fabric covered button and some other little buttons to kind of go with the color scheme. Some more of that lace flower. And here's another little grouping of some lace, a lace heart, and a little tiny snippet of lace and a little piece of fabric that I just did some running stitches all around to secure that, and two more buttons on there. And then this lace on the outside edge, which will hang over the box when it's applied to the top. So the way that I'll do that, because I left this piece that is larger than the top of the box, and again I snipped in on the corners on these, and these I will just fold in. These two edges here will be folded in, and that will, I'll just take that off, that will be tucked under where this is tucked under. This will be applied first and glued to the box, and then the sides will be put around it. So this top edge will be tucked under there, and then these edges here will be brought around, and those will be glued down, and then I will apply this little I keep wanting to say sparrow, I don't know why. It's a little chickadee and they're so cute, these chickadees. So I'll just try to give you an idea of what this will look like. So I'll just bring that around and glue it. And of course this will be folded down as well. And then the chickadee will be put on top of that. And those edges should all be finished. And this little chickadee will hang down a bit lower, and that will also tuck under the side fabric, this piece that goes on the inside of the box. So that'll go there. And there's this little ribbon here that is kind of used to open and close the box. And what I will do here is, right here, I'll make a little slit in this fabric and slip that ribbon through. I'd like to keep that little ribbon, and it goes with the fabric. Just as a little handle to open and close the box. But so that lace will hang off of the edges of the box like that. If you can see that, this will be tucked down underneath the side fabric. So it will kind of look like this. And I will do lots of slow stitching on here, maybe some running stitches, maybe some just outlining around these, a little bit of thread painting there. I'm doing some thread painting on this rose here. Right in this area, I've started some thread painting here, and this is just a DMC floss, 2 strands, and you can't really see the difference between the darker color and the lighter color. That is a little disheartening. This lighter color and this color are a little bit too close, so I may have to put a little, maybe one strand of thread, a different color, just to delineate the edges of this rose. And then I'll do some darker colors here and then some on the white. I'll do a little bit of stitching on the leaves I hope I was in frame here. I'll do a little stitching on the leaves, and I may do some stitching like that, some thread painting on the sides of the box. But I loved this fabric so much, I really didn't want to cover it up. And I love that saying, you do you, because this is me, and this is what I wanted to do here. This is the way I've approached it. And for this little chickadee inside, there's a little bit more room here, so I am thinking that I will probably add, I just tea dyed these, they're still a little bit damp, but I may add some little pieces of tea dyed fabric on here somewhere, or maybe this piece of lace may be added on this little chickadee. Maybe this little butterfly here would look pretty. You can kind of see the flower through that. It's a very fine hanky, and it almost looks like the chickadee is looking at that butterfly. So I may use that, or something tiny like that on there. These are such pretty pieces. They're white. I still have some of the white pieces, but I kind of like the tea dyed. It gives it a little bit of a vintage look, and that is on the cover in the white, but I liked the contrast of the white there. It just provided a little bit of interest. I also have these pieces here, which I may use on the inside, and maybe a little bit on the outside sides of the box, maybe something like that. A lot of this is just a little too big, a little too large, although I suppose something like that could be used. I almost hate to cut these up, don't you? This is a very pretty edging on this. That could be pretty on there as well. Or maybe some of these flowers. I don't know. I had thought of putting them on the box, but they just seem to detract from that fabric. That fabric is so pretty. So those are my thoughts right now, and that's where it stands. Right now I'm doing most of the work on this, and I'll take this off. Next, the next portion that will require stitching will be this portion of the box. Let's see if I can get these. These are my extra hands here. These little pieces of tape. I'll get rid of those. So the next thing that I will be stitching on is this piece for the sides. And as I said, hopefully it's understandable that I will be putting the top on first, gluing that, and then putting the sides, this side, over that to kind of hook all of that in together. And the nice thing about this is on the back, that edge will be turned under because I made the clips. That edge will be turned under on the back, so it finishes that edge there. But when you get to the inside of the box, these flaps will go under the lining of the box. So I hope that that's helpful in case anyone is doing a long strip, whether it be like me, one piece of fabric, or if you are doing little patched pieces of fabric with slow stitching on. But this is what the sides of the box will look like. That's all it is just 2 inches really, so not much room, but I'm liking the fact that it's small and it will look pretty in my sewing studio. So, and here's the cover. I do love this fabric. I guess it goes this way. I do love this fabric. And that little lace will hang off the edges of the box. And I think what I'll put in here, I wasn't sure what I'll put in here because I have pretty much everything in boxes right now that I need, but I was thinking I may put my cigarette silks in here that I've collected over the years. I do love them. I don't love the thought of smoking and what it has done to people's health, but I do love the cigarette silks. And so I think that this would be a very sweet little place to store them. So that's where I am right now, and thank you very much for joining me. And I'm wishing you many blessings, and see you in the next video. Bye for now.